Movies first, guys.
Yeah, number 6 for me is Trap, starring Josh Hartnett, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. I thought it was well done. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of a more dark or brooding twist than just him being a killer. Spoiler alert.
Now the movie's ruined. Thanks.
Wow,
Oh, wow,
The
thanks.
movie's
a lot.
rundown.
Nice.
Yeah, that's definitely not part of any of the marketing for it at all. M. Night Shyamalan, I thought, made a great comeback here, given some of the movies he's made recently. Saturday Night was also my number 5. I hated the first time I sat down and watched this. I got to about 3/4 of the way through and just decided to stick it out. It's just really well done. I don't think it's like the best movie ever made, but the reason I would say go watch this movie is because I think it shares a lot of Saturday Night Live lore over time. It just is a great movie, one, cinematography wise, but also it gives you prompts to go research more about Saturday Night Live. And I felt like I learned a lot about the show through this movie. Number 4, Deadpool and Wolverine. I think we'll hear about it more today. I think it was really good. I gave it a 5.01 out of 6, partially because I don't think I'll ever give a Deadpool movie a 6, just because Deadpool's that character that drives me up a wall sometimes. Yeah, the cameos, a lot of fun stuff that happens in this, and I think the setting for the movie is going to play a huge role down the line, so really appreciated it. Number 3 for me is Rebel Ridge. I loved this movie. This is the most surprising movie of the year. This is one of my favorite Netflix movies maybe ever. I could not believe how much I loved this. My wife had asked to watch this movie, and I was like, whatever, I'll sit down. And I was just from the get-go all in. I remember going, this guy needs to be our next Green Lantern. And then weeks later, he was selected by James Gunn. I think part of the reason I love this movie so much is it was my introduction to Aaron Pierre, who I think is tremendous. I think this guy's got a bright future ahead of him. I get that it's got flaws, but I don't care. I loved it. And I think Netflix hit a home run with this one. For Aaron Pierre, I think this is going to be a movie he looks back. He's awesome in this movie. My number 2 is If. I loved this movie too. This one was emotional for me. I think John Krasinski hit a grand slam here. I think Ryan Reynolds was great in this. It was different for him, I think, Ryan Reynolds. He was sarcastic in it, but I just think he did very well in this. I appreciated all the different voices they had in it. I appreciated the message in this one. My top 2 films are emotional. For me, If struck a chord that I was not expecting, so another surprise. Number 1 for me is Inside Out 2. I firmly disagree on Inside Out's better. I think this might be the best Pixar movie ever made, in my opinion.
You're ridiculous.
I love it. I think it's great. I think
That's a hot
I
take.
do. I think it is. It's one of my favorites. I think how they talk about anxiety is tremendous. There's a lot of emotions addressed in this movie that people of all ages I would talk with throughout the year that would say, I finally feel like I'm able to put something to this emotion. And I think they really did a beautiful job with that movie. It's going to be a movie we reference for a long time with our kids, raising them. It's the season of life I'm in. Again, it's emotional, but Inside Out 2 for me.